Greetings folks, welcome back to the channel, The Brick Sweethearts. And yes, as you can see right, we are going back to Speed Champions. Similar to the previous video with the F1 McLaren, but this time we're going to be looking at some of the newer releases. I believe these were in the beginning of August. So this will be the first, there will be two more after this, and it seems that the audience likes it. I definitely like the Speed Champions theme. These were on a great offer, so put them all three together, we might as well keep on building some Speed Champions. Now, I decided to start off with the Lamborghini Vision GT, mostly because it's the least favorite of the three that just came out, and I kind of just wanted to get it out of the way. Now, I know it's a bit harsh, but if you look on the back of each one of these boxes, they generally include a picture of the actual car that the Lego set is based on. And of course, this is based on the Vision GT, which seems to be quite a heavily engineered, modern type of car, where it's all about speed, technology, getting as fast as possible. But unfortunately, and personally, I think that they're lacking that artistic, aesthetic feel that some classic cars have over modern cars. I am curious to see how the actual set turns out, as it does look slightly different than the picture of the car. The suspension doesn't quite look the same, and of course it would be a bit difficult to create those tiny little bars that the actual car has. So let's get building into this, we'll see how it turns out, and then I'll give you a bit of more of a critique on why exactly I'm not the biggest fan of this one afterwards. So let's get to it. So here we are folks with the completed model. I will quickly draw your attention over here where we have a sticker sheet of 27 stickers for those who are interested. Most of them aren't too difficult. There are a few pieces though that, especially around the tail section here, were a bit trickier than your average sticker on a normal piece. So I'd be a bit wary on those, like that little section there, when you're completing this set. Otherwise, it is unfortunate that we did get so many. It would have been nicer to have more printed pieces, which there are a few included in the set. It's just a pity that Lego decided to use a lot more stickers here again. Before we continue with this video, let me just give you a quick zoom in of the actual vehicle. It turned out pretty nice and quite surprising in comparison to what is displayed on the box, but also the actual car that it is based on. I think this has created a conflict. The vehicle that it is based on, not aesthetically pleasing, very mechanical, all focused on the technology, making sure that it's the fastest, best at handling corners, etc. The actual set itself though fills in some of those gaps that we can see. It creates a nice shape, and most important, the actual build of it was very enjoyable with some interesting new techniques, especially towards the back where we have this interesting spoiler piece. It's a bit difficult as there is quite a few dark pieces to try and show it off. But it creates a mixture of both an M shape while also creating triangles going up and down. Quite interesting in the fact that Lego is able to capture such a complicated shape with the pieces at hand. And I think that's kind of the reason why there's a big conflict here. It turned out so much better than I was expecting. That doesn't mean I am a fan of the actual car itself, but the set itself has won me over. I'm not gonna lie, I did choose to create the video for this Speed Champions to kind of get it out of the way, as it was my least liked out of the ones that I've been able to get so far. Make sure to subscribe because we will be releasing those other videos over the next coming while, so you'll be able to know which ones I'm talking about. But hint hint, It's a NASCAR and a new Ferrari of an old Ferrari. Personally, I'm not a full completionist when it comes to Lego sets, although I am quite an avid collector of Speed Champions and I enjoy some of my Star Wars sets. There are some that I'll just pass on. The Lamborghini was going to be one of those sets. I was going to pass on it. It did not appeal at all. And again, the actual box art, which we have right here. To be honest, not the best photographed, although I suspect this might actually be a 3D rendition from the computer. That is another topic for another day. We will eventually create a video of some sort or some sort of discussion on the channel about the pictures on the Lego boxes not being the best when it comes to actually selling the product or not accurately displaying it in such a way that when you actually build it, it gives a different impression, a different color palette than what you see on the box. And this Speed Champion itself was one of those. Look at that interesting shape that it has. To a certain degree, it kind of reminds me of the Lego City Space. I believe it's one of the small ships that they've just released. The one that shoots out and expands the back, which I have my eye on it, so I'm going to try and get it, and we will probably create a review of it. Make sure to stick around for that. Now, I won't keep you too long. I'll kind of summarize again. When I first got this, I wasn't quite hyped up for it. I just wanted to get it out of the way, and I thought it'd be somewhat interesting since it's a new release. But I was pleasantly surprised. The actual techniques that were used to build this were very nice, enjoyable, quite a lot to learn. Again, as I said in some of my previous Speed Champion videos, I do think that the team that is in charge of this theme, and especially at such a small scale, 8 studs wide, they are coming up with some interesting and imaginative ways to create shapes, to create angles and bends that some of the bigger sets don't seem to be able to do. Now, if you like this video, give us a like down below. It really helps us out in the algorithm. Drop us a comment down below what you thought about this vehicle and the set overall. Did it surprise you, or have you been on the fence on whether to get it or not? Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. We have plenty more content coming up. And as we move into September, towards the latter half of the year, we will be increasing the amount of videos that we will be releasing. So stay tuned, as you might start seeing 2 videos per week. We will continue the Speed Champions when we are able to get more. And of course, there will be more Harry Potter and Star Wars videos coming out. But until next time, folks, take care.